Good morning, my dear friends. See now, today we will start some other aspects of our precious concrete. Something like what are the different concepts of stress analysis in PSC sections? In the sense, how exactly I can measure the stresses in your PSC sections. Okay, that is what we are going to see now. There are three different major concepts, okay, to find out the stress in our precious concrete beam. So what they are means, let us try to see now the first concept says it is called the stress concept. The second one is called the strength concept, and the third one is called load balancing concept. These are the three different concepts that we have to find out these stresses. Okay, so now we'll try to see in this class what exactly this stress concept is. Okay, this is very very important, and based on this only you have got several problems in your precious concrete. Okay, so try to understand this stress concept very very carefully. See, my dear friends, so now basically in sense now this stress concept is given by Eugenie Freyssinet. Okay, Eugenie Freyssinet is called one of the in sense now scientists in this precious concrete. Okay, so he has given this stress concept. So according to him, what he says is now your concrete, basically it is a brittle material. Okay, basically it is a brittle material, but it becomes brittle because of the tensile stress induced in it. But now, in case of precious concrete, we know that the entire concrete is under compression zone. Okay, since your concrete is under compression zone, I say that your concrete behaves completely elastically. It never behaves in a brittle way. Okay, since a pre-compression is given to this concrete, I say that okay, your concrete is going to transform from brittle material to a elastic material. Okay, that is what your Eugenie Freyssinet say. Okay, now according to him, what he says, let us try to understand now. So please try to understand one of this concept now. Okay, see now, I hope you are seeing here a figure. Here you have got a precious concrete beam. Was that no? Here you have got a precious concrete beam wherein I have placed the tendon at the center of the beam. So I will call it as concentric tendon. Concentric tendon. Okay, it's called concentric tendon because I am keeping it exactly at the center. Okay, sir. No. So now I'm applying the pre-stress to it. In a sense, I'm applying the pre-stress means now it is always understood that I'm tensioning the cables, and after sufficient tensioning of the cables, I'm going to anchor at the end of the beam. Okay, that is how it can be now done. Okay, sir. Now see now. So whenever I apply the pre-stress to this beam, okay, sir. Now what happens is now okay, this beam is now subjected to something called uh, it is now subjected to a compressive stress. Am I right now? This beam is just like column now. Okay, a compressive force is applied here, a compressive force is applied here. In case of column also same thing na. Okay, if I keep this beam like this, turned like this, it becomes a column. Am I right now? It becomes a column. At that time, you will see that this column is under fully compressive stress. Am I right now? But now it is a beam. Now it is a beam. This beam is under compression because you applied a pre-compressive stress to it. See now. Now what happens is now, since you have applied a pre-compressive force here to this beam, okay, you will see that the stress due to F, the stress due to this pre-stressing force will be now F by A, where F is the pre-stressing force applied and A is the area of cross section of this beam. Okay, F by A will give me the stress in the beam due to the application of the pre-stress. See, here I have written stress due to F it is now. Okay, now what you are going to do is, now you are going to apply the live load, you are going to apply the dead load and live load, okay, on this beam. So now, because of this application of the dead load and live load, the beam tries to now bend like this. It will try to now bend like this. So tensile stresses will be there at the bottom and compressive stresses will be there at the top. So now, because of these loads, I can draw the stress distribution diagram something like this. You can see here now, okay, compressive stresses are there on the top and below you have got tensile stresses. And if you want this intensity of the stress, it is my by I. Here also it is my by I. I think you can see them. Okay, my by I, my by I, where y is the fiber distance from the neutral axis. Fiber distance from the neutral axis. Am I right now? So my by I is the stress in the topmost fiber, and my by I is the stress in the bottommost fiber, where m is your bending moment applied, y is, just now I have said that it is the fiber distance, and I is the moment of inertia of this cross section, moment of inertia. Okay, so now so this stress is now, it is due to the application of your moment. So I have written here now, it is due to the external moment, okay, dead load and live load applications because of m. Okay, so now this is your stress distribution diagram because of the pre-stressing force. This is the stress distribution diagram because of your bending moment application or load application. When I add them algebraically, I will get the resultant stress. Am I right? Either this or this or this, as you have seen in your previous class. Either you may land on stress distribution diagram like this, or in this fashion, or in this fashion. See now, if suppose F by A is greater than my by I, Baba, I will land in this resultant stress distribution diagram. If F by A is greater than my by I will land on this type of stress distribution diagram. If suppose F by A is exactly equal to my by I, Baba, I am going to land on this. Here the stress is going to become 0 at that time. Here it is for F by A is equal to my by I. Okay, so if this is the case, the stress distribution will be like this now. Okay, if F by A is greater than my by I, the stress distribution will be like this. Suppose now, if my by I is greater than F by A, in sense, if this is greater than this, then now you may land on a stress distribution diagram something like this. Okay, something like this now. So here you will see that now this stress distribution is now for my by I greater than F by A. Okay, so now this is the stress distribution diagram, resultant stress distribution diagram when I add this and this. Okay, so now if at all I want the resultant stress, okay, resultant stress is given by F by A plus or minus my by I. Okay, in the sense I have to add this plus or minus, I have to add this. If I add algebraically these two stresses, I will get either this stress distribution diagram or this, any one. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the stresses in the PSC member. Okay, this is one simple this thing now. Suppose, but now what happens is, now sometimes what I do is, now sometimes instead of keeping the cable exactly at the CG, okay, I may keep the tendons or cable at some eccentricity E. Here you can see, I will call this as eccentric tendon. This is your eccentric tendon. Here eccentricity is E now. Baba, usually what happens is, now in case of your precious concrete, if I keep the tendons eccentrically like this, Baba, at that time they will carry more loads. Okay, so that's why in the coming classes you will see that eccentric tendons are more efficient than these concentric tendons. How you are going to see little afterwards. Okay, so now for example, now when I keep an eccentricity here now for the cable, then if I apply the pre-stress here now what happens? Try to imagine now. Now I am applying this F force, okay, here and here to the end of the beam with some eccentricity E. Am I right now? That is the reason why now the beam hogs like this. Am I right now? It bends like this. It hogs like this. Am I right now? So now, as usual, you will see that the stress distribution will be now, okay, F by A, because you have applied a pre-compressive force to this beam. So because of this pre-compression beam, okay, F by A stress distribution will be there now. Plus, along with this, since you are applying this F force with some eccentricity, the beam tries to hog. Am I right now? The beam tries to hog now like this. So since it is hogging, tension is on the top and compression is at the bottom. So if I happen to draw the stress distribution, okay, compression is at the bottom and tension is at the top because it tries to hog like this. So now I can write here the stress distribution as FEYT by I, or here it is FEYB by I. Okay, F is the pre-stressing force, E is the eccentricity, YT means it is the distance of the top fiber, YT. YB means it is from here to the bottom. Okay, see now, FEYT by I, FEYB by I. Okay, fiber distance to the bottom is YB, fiber distance up to the top is YT. Okay, so now because of the pre-stress itself, I've got this stress plus this stress. So now I've written here now, these two stress diagrams are due to the application of the pre-stress F. Okay, now you are going to apply the live load and dead load on this beam. Because of this application of the load, now the beam tries to now bend like this. It tries to sag. Am I right now? It will try to now bend like this. Now here compressive forces are there at the top and tensile stresses are there at the bottom. Now I can draw the stress distribution diagram something like this now. See now, MYT by I, this is your plus because compression is at the top now and tension is at the bottom. MYB by I. This is the stresses due to the external bending moment or due to dead load and live load. Okay, so but now I've got three stress distributions now here now. These two are because of the application of the pre-stress. This stress distribution is due to the application of the dead load and live load. Now when I add them algebraically, okay, I will get the resultant either like this or like this or like this. See now, if suppose F by A plus FEY by I, in a sense, if this plus this is greater than MYB by I, then I will land on this stress distribution diagram. Okay, if F by A plus FEYB by I is exactly equal to this MY by I, when this is exactly equal to MY by I will land on this. Whereas now when this is greater than these two, okay, I will land on such stress distribution diagram now. So now in this case, okay, I can write the stresses in the concrete as F is equal to F by A plus or minus FEY by I plus or minus MDY by I plus or minus MLY by I. Or you can club these two terms and you can say MTY by I, where MT is MD plus ML. Am I right now? So now if I add these stresses algebraically, I will get the stress F in my PSC beam. Okay, so now this is how you can calculate the stresses in your pre-stressed concrete beam. Okay, thank you very much.